Alright, well it's Saturday afternoon, and instead of working on the car, at 6 o'clock this morning I got an emergency call about 100 miles away from my house, up in the hills, a fancy hotel. And they lost 30,000 gallons of water down the drain and flooded one of their mechanical rooms. And the culprit to all these problems was this little Harbor Freight air compressor. So there's some equipment that we install, and you have to have 80 psi of air pressure to seat a valve shut. And it's not like it runs all the time. It just puts 80 psi on there and that's it. There's no air loss. It just, it holds it at 80 psi, and maybe once a week, once a month, it may have to repump itself up or something. It may have that much air loss in that long. And we generally put out DeWalt or Bosch little air compressors for those applications. But another region up here in Montana I was talking to one of their techs, and they really recommended using one of these little 3-gallon Harbor Freight air compressors. They say they've had good success with them, and they're dirt cheap. So we decided, well, we'll go ahead and try it on this one job, because we only have one valve instead of multi-valves. So I should be able to handle one valve and whatever. But this compressor is only 3 days old, and it already has just completely quit. The owner at the hotel did check the fuse right here, and he said the fuse was fine. He tried it in different outlets, all kinds of things, but it wouldn't turn on, and he said it was reading 0 when he found out how much water just went down the drain and the mechanical room was flooding. So I thought we'd take a quick video, since there's no warranty on this thing, and tear it apart and see what happened. Also, I just want to say I'm not degrading Harbor Freight's air compressor. I'm sure this air compressor is really good for airing up tires, or maybe using a really small little pneumatic tool or something. But we're probably not going to use any more of these in any of our commercial jobs, because we've always had just Bosch or DeWalt little pancake air compressors, and in 7 years we haven't had one of those actually fail on us. So little disconcerting. This thing was brand new, and it aired up one time and never aired up again. So well, anyways, when I got there, they already had this thing thrown outside, and everybody was kind of upset over there, so I didn't try anything on it. Alright, well, it's plugged in. It says it's on. I don't know how this thing threads out of here, maybe. I'm not calling the guy a liar, but I don't know if he'll be able to see that. Now the fuse is definitely good. And it definitely worked first time when we plugged it in, because obviously we couldn't leave the job site if it wasn't working. Well, I see some black spray. So probably gonna be the motor's bad in it. But let me grab a couple tools and we'll pull her apart and see what it is. Looks like about all this stuff is just held on with a few Phillips screws. Alright, what do we got? Looks like a pressure switch. That still turns. I guess it could be as simple as maybe a switch burned out. I mean, I'm guessing that black stuff is probably going to be the culprit. But I don't know. Well, guess we could bypass that fuse. Okay. So, bypassing the pressure switch and the fuse ain't doing diddle. So, guessing that's going to be like brushes or something. I don't know. Some brush dust. I don't remember how much this air compressor cost, but I want to say like 50, 60 bucks, something like that. I had to stop and buy a DeWalt. I was out of air compressors in stock, so I had to stop by Murdoch's, which is like our home and ranch store up here, and they were having their DeWalt sell, so I got a 6-gallon DeWalt pancake style compressor for like 160 bucks. Wasn't too bad. I thought that was a good deal. So, ground strap wire off of there. I'm gonna guess brushes are, it's gonna be burnt. Yep. It burnt these brushes. This brush oh, where'd it go? It's trying to escape on us here. Probably saw it on camera fly apart or fly somewhere. Well, anyways, That one's still good. Well, I guess, kinda. Wonder where the heck that other one went. Now let me see if I can find it and we'll take a look at it. Okay. So, this unit is 3 days old. But there's the problem. The brushes are totally burnt out in it. So, well, anyways, I don't know why. Because the maintenance guy said he never heard it running ever. And there was no need for it to actually run, because like I said, it's not a system where it bleeds down pressure. So it just, all this does is put air on a valve, and that just shuts down basically like a solenoid plunger. And the only reason that's even there is because it's in a situation where we can't manually open it to relieve pressure off of the machines we got in there. So, you know, to manually relieve the pressure to service machines and work on stuff without getting a full face of full water, you know, you have a little valve on this line going to this air compressor, and you can turn that off and then bleed your pressure out by using some water, and then that solenoid will just open up and put all the rest of the pressure down in the drain so you can work on your machines. But like I said, I'm not saying this is like a super terrible, don't ever buy, don't waste your money on it. It probably is a good machine for really light duty work, but that's if you can monitor it and watch it. I have no idea why the brushes are burnt. I mean, that would seem to me that it was sitting there continuously running, but I don't know how. We didn't replace anything. I went up there, this is already outside, and the line going to the little valve was laying on the floor where this was sitting. I put that DeWalt in there, plugged it in, turned the DeWalt on, pressurized it up, regulated it to 80 psi, and walked out the door. Drain quit running to the drain, everything was up and working. So I don't know, but like I said, probably an okay little compressor for the amount of money. But I guess if you're putting in $70,000 of equipment on a $2 trillion hotel or whatever the hotel is, you know, you might consider what kind of air compressor you're going to use if you're trying to do something like that. Well, that's it for this little guy. So I don't know what I can do with them. Maybe I'll save the tank. Make a little portable tank to fill my airbags on the AMX with or something. So we'll see. Till next time, thanks for watching.